since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Another Trillium beer tonight. This is double dry hopped Summer Street. I think I didn't review Summer Street. I've had Summer Street at a share with my brother-in-law Lane, and I remember liking that beer. But this is a double dry hop version. It's if I'm not mistaken, this beer is hopped exclusively with Simcoe. I think, is it Simcoe in Columbus maybe? But it's Simcoe and then an extra dry hopping of Simcoe. So this will be really, really interesting. 7.2% alcohol by volume. It's an IPA. And it was brewed September 20th. So this is 5 weeks old. And it says, "Happy birthday, Dennis." Happy birthday, Dennis. Don't know who Dennis is, but happy birthday, bro. I talked about it when we just did double dry hopped I think it was Congress Street. Double dry hopped beers from Trillium, you can let them hang out for 4, 5, 6 weeks. They're not going to go malty or fall off. These beers are insanely hopped to shit. So don't be afraid if you get a can of this like in a trade, or you happen to be at the brewery and there's some that are like 3 or 4 weeks old. Maybe they haven't sold out or something because they brew huge batches of beer. We've talked about that in other videos. Grab these, because for me, the double dry hop beers that I've had, they're at their best like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It gives that raw green, just crazy hop explosion that's in a lot of these beers. It lets it mellow out, and it's really, really nice. My opinion, you guys might argue with that. That's fine. That's just how I like beer. I like beers to be mellow. I don't need them to be same day canning. I don't need them to be fucking raw green to where it's like just crushing my mouth. I don't need that. I want to just drink a beer, enjoy it, get the flavors that were intended to be there, without. I don't want my throat to burn, and I don't want my mouth to feel like I'm eating fucking lemon peels and all that good stuff. So enough of that. Yeah, anything else to say about this one? I don't think so. Anyways, yeah, I felt like I was gonna say something and I lost my train of thought. So, thank you to my buddy Jason for sending this one. He also sent double dry hopped Congress Street. So, bro, thank you. I have a box getting sent out to you. So we're gonna go ahead and use our dialed in glassware. It is our only, wow, I'm pouring left-handed. It is our only Trillium glassware, but it is proper. And you guys know, I say it every video, proper glassware makes beer taste better. If you don't believe me, try it. And you can also leave a comment after you try it saying, you know what, you're right. Yeah, this beer looks like pineapple juice. It looks like a Trillium beer. Finger of like an eggshell colored head. Again, this beer, just like, what was the last Trillium beer we reviewed? Dialed in. These heads don't stick around very long, but it is really, really fluffy. It's pillowy looking, really, really soft looking. But yeah, it's that like off-white eggshell. It looks amazing in that glassware. So really, really, really excited to see what a double dry hop Simcoe only beer smells like. Was it Surly Wet last year that was Simcoe hopped and it fucking sucked? Might have been. I doubt this one's gonna suck, so show our nose in it. Wow, that's, so first thing I think of is floral, herbaceous, I think earthy. I think like lemon peel, citrus, orange peel, oranges. It's not sweet though, what's the best way to describe that? It's not dank. So it's funny, I was gonna say it's not dank, it's kind of resinous, but that's sort of the same thing. Earthy is the best way to describe this. It's not catty. It's almost like lemon lime-ish kind of. I said it during the Surly Wet review. Simcoe's not a very aromatic hop for me. That beer sucked. I hate like that I keep coming back to that. And we just reviewed Born yesterday, a couple days ago, and I talked about fresh hop beers, and that was the worst fresh hop beer I've ever had. Sorry, Surly. But I remember it not smelling and tasting like anything. This has, I mean, it's aromatic, but it's not exploding out. Like double dry hop Congress Street, that was filling my garage up with the aromatics of those hops, and that beer was 5 weeks old. This is the same, but it's not explosively aromatic. It is, it's very zesty, lemon limey, earthy. It's not dank. What the fuck is that? I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna try and make up a word. I'm smelling something and I'm sure it'll come to me when we drink this, so. Let's go and dig in. Jason, cheers. Thank you, sir. Wow. That's got this reminds me of a West Coast beer. It's weird too because it was like right when you drink it and it goes across your palate, you get a crazy, it feels like it's gonna be bitter, like grapefruit, pithy, lemon zest, and it's there for like half a second and then it's gone. And it finishes really, really soft. That's crazy. So first thing you notice, mouthfeel, really, really full mouthfeel, which, I mean, it's, what is it, 7.5%? You expect that from a Trillium beer. The taste, it follows the nose, and just like the nose wasn't explosively aromatic, there's flavors here. I mean, it's definitely plenty flavorful, but it's not explosive. So after having wet and now having this, I've come to the conclusion that single hop beers with Simcoe only aren't the greatest beers in the world. Just my opinion. It's a hop preference. I really like Simcoe when it's with other things. Right now as I talk, it's like lemon zest. Zesty, bright, orange tangerine, kind of that bitter, pithy kind of, imagine, you know, biting into an orange peel or a grapefruit peel, or even zesting lemon. It's earthy. It's, I don't want to say dank because dank's not the right word. I don't think resinous is the right word either. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not crazy bitter. I guess pithy is the right word. It's zesty. It's like lemon zest, grapefruit zest, orange zest. But yeah, it's earthy. You get a nice pop of bitterness right on the middle of your tongue, but it finishes really, really soft. Really, really easy drinking for a 7% beer, 7.2%. You're not smelling booze, obviously. You don't taste booze. Mouthfeel it's a full mouthfeel, almost to where you're chewing on it. But it's just, what's the best way to put this without, the beer's fine. It's just not exciting. Is that the best way to put it? It's not exciting. There's nothing where you're like, wow. It's a solid beer. It's an awesome beer. It's just not a wow beer. It does. It reminds me of a West Coast style beer, though, brewed in like that East Coast hazy style, if that makes sense. I like this. Even with all the crazy, like, lemon peel, orange rind, grapefruit rind, kind of bitter. It's almost to the catty point, but it's not. But it's also really, really earthy. Even with all of that, and it's double dry hopped, it's not killing your palate, which is awesome. You could finish a can of this, no problem. But for me, with just the Simcoe, and I think it's Columbus that they also hop this with, it's just not a wow beer. It's a really, really well-made beer, and it's plenty tasty, but it's not going to wow you. So it's a hop preference for me. I would say this is like an A- beer for me, 91. You come to expect greatness from Trillium and from Treehouse, these heavy hitters, Monkish here in California. And while this is executed really, really well, the hops are just, they don't do it for me that way. So, fantastic beer. It's super solid. I would be plenty happy if I had, you know, a couple 4-packs of this in my fridge. I would drink them and I'd be stoked on them, but nothing that's wowing me personally, and it's just a hot preference. So yeah, A-, 90, 91, 92, somewhere around there. So that's double dry hopped Summer Street from Trillium Brewing in Massachusetts. Whether it was Boston or Canton, we'll never know because they don't tell us. So if you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. But hey, maybe Simcoe floats your boat and you'll love this beer. It'd be fun to talk to you guys about it. So like I said, if you've had it, leave a comment below. And I'm out of here. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.